the subscribe button if you don't want me to come at night.
Beneath the innocent smile of a porcelain doll, a tale of horror unfolds. Let's meet our protagonist, a seasoned doll collector with an insatiable appetite for the peculiar and the vintage. Our story begins at an auction where, amidst the usual clamor and frenzy, a particular item catches his discerning eye. An antique doll, resplendent with a certain charm that only time can bestow. There's something about its glassy eyes and painted smile that stirs a fascination deep within him. A fascination so intense it borders on obsession. Without a second thought, he raises his paddle, his heart fluttering with the thrill of a new acquisition. Little does he know he's not just bidding for a doll, but a ticket to a horrifying journey that will chill his very soul. And so the doll, with its cold, glassy eyes and painted smile, found a new home. As night falls, the silence in the house is broken by the soft, chilling sound of porcelain tapping against wood. Our collector, a man of reason and logic, finds himself questioning his senses. It starts subtly, a whisper of movement caught in the corner of his eye. A doll, the very same he'd purchased at the auction, appearing in places he doesn't remember leaving it. He would find it on the couch, where he'd previously left it on the shelf, or in the kitchen, when he was certain he'd left it upstairs. Try as he might to dismiss these occurrences as simple lapses in memory, the occurrences grow stranger still. He begins to notice the doll's eyes. They seem to follow him around the room, a pair of glassy orbs filled with a cold, unsettling intelligence. At night he hears sounds, soft, shuffling noises like tiny feet moving across the hardwood floor. The distant echo of a child's laughter, so faint he convinces himself it's the wind or the house settling. Then there's the feeling, an eerie presence, like he's never alone. A chill that creeps up his spine, raising the hairs on the back of his neck. He feels watched, observed. And though he tries to laugh it off, to tell himself it's all in his head, the unsettling feeling persists. He starts to see things in his dreams, nightmarish visions of a little girl with the same porcelain face as the doll. She whispers in his ear, her voice like the rustling of dead leaves, her words a jumbled mess of incoherent syllables that fill him with a deep primal fear. Still, he refuses to believe. He's a collector, not a superstitious fool. He tells himself it's stress, overwork, perhaps even the onset of a midlife crisis. He laughs at his own foolishness, at the absurdity of being afraid of a mere doll. But as the nights wore on, it became clear that there was more to this doll than met the eye. In the dead of night, the collector finds the doll sitting in front of an old diary, its pages yellowed with age. The silence of the room is interrupted only by the rustling of ancient pages as he flips through them, each one a cryptic testament to a bygone era. As he delves deeper into the diary, he uncovers a narrative woven with sorrow and mystery. The diary, it appears, belonged to the doll's original owner, a little girl from the 1800s. Each entry paints a picture of a young innocence, punctuated by a growing sense of dread. The doll, a gift from her father, was no ordinary toy. Her father, a man known to dabble in the occult, intended the doll to be a protector, a guardian against the unseen forces he himself often courted. Yet, as the collector reads on, he realizes the father's intentions were drastically warped in their execution. The doll did not protect the girl, instead it became a prison, a porcelain cage that trapped her spirit within its delicate frame. A chilling realization dawns upon the collector. The movements of the doll were not a product of some mechanical trickery, but the desperate attempts of a lost soul trying to communicate, to reach out from its confinement. The entries grow more frantic, the handwriting more erratic, as the girl's spirit struggles against her inanimate imprisonment. She yearns for release, for freedom from her porcelain prison. Her pleas echoing through the centuries, falling on the ears of the collector in the silence of the night. The collector sits back, the weight of the revelation sinking in. The doll, with its glassy eyes and painted smile, was not just a piece of vintage memorabilia. It was a vessel, a tragic relic of a father's misguided love and a child's untimely fate. And thus the doll's chilling secret was revealed, a lost soul trapped within the porcelain shell, yearning for release. It was a tale that would send shivers down the spine of even the most seasoned collector, a haunting reminder of the unseen horrors that sometimes lurk within the most innocent of objects. In the light of the moon, the collector decides to free the trapped spirit. Under the silvery luminescence, he begins the ritual. following the instructions from the diary with a trembling hand. Ancient words echo through the room, each syllable heavy with the weight of unspoken centuries. As the final word slips from his lips, an eerie silence descends. For a moment, nothing. Then a shattering sound rips through the quiet as the doll bursts apart, its pieces scattering across the room. A chilling wail spirals up from the wreckage, filling the house with its mournful cry before fading into silence. The collector is left alone, surrounded by the broken remnants of the doll. He stares at the destruction, his heart pounding in the aftermath. He's done it. He's freed the spirit. The doll's reign of terror is over. And so the spirit was freed and the doll's reign of terror came to an end, or so the collector thought.
Hit the subscribe button if you don't want me to come at night.